Josh was excited about his new fitness life. Always sedentary, he had finally found joy in physical activities. That Saturday morning, he would participate in a competition and thought it would be the perfect opportunity to introduce his wife to his new friends. However, instead of support, what he received were laughs and mockeries because his wife was out of shape. What Josh did next left everyone completely speechless. Hello, my friends. I am Linda, and this is Linda's Love Stories. I hope you enjoy this story. Josh had always been an ordinary boy at school with average grades and few athletic skills. His messy brown hair and thick-framed glasses didn't attract much attention. But he had a big heart and a contagious smile that lit up any room. It was this smile that first attracted Maggie. Maggie was the opposite. Popular, beautiful and smart, she was admired by everyone. Her long blonde hair and blue eyes made the boys swoon. Always leading the group and being the student council president, Maggie seemed to have it all. When Josh and Maggie met in chemistry class, it was as if a spark ignited. He made her laugh like no one else, and she saw in him a rare kindness. Soon they were inseparable, to the surprise of everyone at school. 20 years have passed since those carefree days in high school. Josh and Maggie built a life together, overcoming challenges and celebrating achievements. They got married young and had 3 children. 12-year-old twins Jack and Tom, and little Lily, who is 8. Together, they transformed a small clothing business into a textile empire. What began in a rented warehouse now extended across several states. The company was recognized for the quality and innovation of its products. They lived in a beautiful 2-story house on the city's outskirts. The spacious backyard was perfect for the children's playtime. On Sundays, the whole family gathered for lively meals by the pool. As he approached 40, Josh began to feel the weight of age. He was always tired, and a stubborn belly insisted on appearing. Worried, he decided to get a complete checkup. The doctor found nothing serious but strongly recommended exercising. "You need to move more, Josh," advised the doctor. "How about starting with light walks? Then you can progress to running and other sports." Josh had never been much of a fan of physical activity, but he decided to follow the medical recommendation. He started slowly, with short walks around the neighborhood. At first, he felt awkward and out of breath, but gradually, he gained conditioning and confidence. In a few weeks, the walks turned into light runs. Josh was surprised to find that he was enjoying the experience. The fresh morning air, the adrenaline running through his body, the feeling of accomplishment with each new kilometre covered. Encouraged by his progress, he decided to broaden his horizons. He signed up for swimming lessons at the local gym. At first, he could barely swim across the pool without stopping to breathe. But with dedication and constant practice, he was soon swimming multiple laps effortlessly. The next step was cycling. Josh bought a bicycle and started riding on weekends. He explored new paths, feeling the wind on his face and the freedom of 2 wheels. In no time, he was taking long rides throughout the region. What started as a health necessity turned into a passion. Josh was completely immersed in the fitness world. He participated in small local competitions for running and swimming. His body and mind transformed. He was more energetic, focused, and happy. Maggie watched her husband's transformation with a mix of pride and apprehension. She was happy to see him so excited and healthy, but at the same time she felt increasingly distant from his new world. In the last few years, between pregnancy, young children, and the busy routine of businesses, Maggie had neglected her own health. A few extra pounds weighed not only on her body, but also on her self-esteem. Seeing Josh in such great shape only increased her insecurity. Josh noticed his wife's discomfort and always encouraged her. "My dear, you know that what's important is your health and well-being. If you're feeling uncomfortable and want to change, I'm here to help you." With her husband's support, Maggie decided to take the first steps towards a healthier life. Since she felt embarrassed about going to the gym, Josh set up a small exercise space at home. He bought a treadmill, some weights, and other equipment. In the beginning, it was hard for Maggie to establish a routine. Something more urgent always seemed to come up: the kids, work, the house. But Josh was always there, encouraging and supporting her. Gradually, she found her rhythm. She started with light walks on the treadmill while watching her favourite shows. Then, she began doing some weight exercises. Josh taught her basic stretching and breathing techniques. Over time, Maggie began to feel the results. She lost a few pounds, but the most important change was in her mood. She had more energy to play with the kids and tackle the demanding work routine. Her self-esteem improved, and this was reflected in all aspects of her life, including her relationship with Josh. The couple began to have moments to themselves again, just like in their dating days. They would go for walks together in the park, sharing confidences and laughter. Sometimes, Josh would take her swimming in a nearby lake. Maggie still didn't feel comfortable with her body, but she was gradually overcoming her insecurities. On a sunny Saturday morning, Josh was getting ready to participate in another half marathon. It was a competition for amateur athletes in the neighbouring city. He was nervous but very excited about the challenge. "Are you sure you don't want to go, love?" he asked while packing his backpack. "It'll be fun. You could meet my friends from the running group." Maggie hesitated for a moment. Normally she avoided these events. She felt out of place among so many fit people. But something inside her said it was time to face this fear. "You know what? I will go," she replied with a shy smile. "It's about time I got to know this new world of yours." Josh was thrilled with his wife's decision. He kissed her affectionately and said, "You'll see. It's going to be great. I'm so happy you're coming." They arrived early at the race venue. The atmosphere was festive, with lively music and many sponsor booths. Runners of all ages were warming up and chatting excitedly. Josh took Maggie over to a group of people. "Everyone, I want to introduce my wife, Maggie," he said proudly. The group welcomed her with smiles and polite greetings. Maggie tried hard to appear at ease, but inside she was nervous. She observed the women in the group, all slim and athletic in their running shorts and tops. She felt out of place in her jeans and baggy t-shirt. "Well, I need to go warm up," Josh said. "See you at the finish line, love." He gave Maggie a quick kiss and ran off. Maggie started walking toward the finish area. Suddenly, she remembered that Josh's running watch was still in her bag. She decided to go back to give it to him. As she approached the group, she heard laughter and comments that made her freeze. "Hey, Josh, when are you going to sort out that wife of yours?" said one of the men. "What are you doing with a woman with a body like that?" added another. Maggie's heart sank. Tears began to form in her eyes. All the insecurity she had been trying to overcome came back with full force. She turned to run away when she heard Josh's firm voice. "You know this body you mock. It was this body that conceived and carried my 3 children. It is with this woman that I have achieved everything I have today. It is this woman who, in recent months, has shown herself to be a warrior and strived to be part of my world." Silence engulfed the group. Josh continued, "You are so obsessed with muscles and records that you've forgotten what really matters in life. Love, companionship, family. That is what truly has value." Maggie was frozen, tears now running freely down her face. Josh saw her and ran towards her. "My love, I am so sorry you had to hear such things," he said, holding her tightly. "There are people who are so blinded by their egos that they don't know what really matters in this life. They are so obsessed with chasing an ideal body that they understand nothing about life." "Look at me, Josh," Maggie said between sobs. "I am no longer that girl you knew in high school. I no longer have that body. I no longer have—" Josh gently interrupted her. "Maggie, the years have passed. We have changed, and thank God we have changed. Do you know what else has changed since then? My love for you. I don't love you the way I did back then. I love you much more." He held her face in his hands, looking directly into her eyes. "I love the family you've given me, everything you've taught me, everything we've lived through. I love sleeping and waking up by your side, and regardless of any body, hair colour or anything else, that's where I want to be until the end." Maggie sobbed, but now a small smile was beginning to form on her lips. Josh continued. Now let's go home. I don't need any medals. I've already won the greatest prize. And he hugged her tightly again. The couple left hand in hand, leaving behind a group of embarrassed runners and a forgotten competition. On the way home, they talked about everything that had happened. Maggie expressed her insecurities, and Josh reaffirmed his love and admiration for her. When they arrived home, they were greeted by the excited shouts of the children. "Where's your medal, Daddy?" asked little Lily. Josh smiled, looked at Maggie and replied, "You know, sweetheart, today I won something much more valuable than any medal." That night, while the children slept, Josh and Maggie sat on the porch of their house. They watched the stars, as they used to do when they were dating. Maggie rested her head on her husband's shoulder and sighed. "Thank you for today, for everything." Josh gently kissed her forehead and replied, "No, my love. I'm the one who should be thanking you. For these 20 years, for our children, for being who you are. You are my partner, my best friend, my love, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in this world." They stayed there, embraced under the starry sky, reminiscing about the past and dreaming about the future. A future they would face together, with love, respect, and mutual admiration. Because in the end, that was what truly mattered. If you enjoyed, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment with a number from 1 to 5 to let us know how much you liked the story. Also, watch the video that is currently on your screen. See you soon.